Welcome back to the Personal Foul Podcast. I'm your host, Colton Gesser. Alongside me is my co-host, Phil. How the hell are you, sir?
I'm hot. That hot. I'm sizzling. It is hot out. How are you?
It is quite warm out. I'm okay. We're kind of getting to that point in sports where it's kind of cooling off, actually.
Yeah.
Other than baseball, but we're kind of reaching that point where it's going to kind of slow down for the next few weeks. And before we know it, we will start up training camp and we will be off and running with the NFL right before we know it here.
And with that little NFL segue, I got to hear Kirk Cousins crying about getting a huge contract from Atlanta. Did you hear what he said?
No, I did not.
He goes, "Oh, well, if I knew Atlanta was going to draft Penix, I wouldn't have signed there." I mean, who the hell are you? You have stolen millions upon millions of dollars from various NFL teams, a.k.a. Washington and Minnesota, and you're going to complain about going down to Atlanta? Oh, I need to be consulted. You are a nobody, Kirk Cousins. Even Penix is ready to take over as far as I'm concerned. He's going to be a very good quarterback this year. And Mr. Cousins is going to be headed to the bench where he belongs. I got to hear that from him. Jesus.
Yeah, like I said, it's interesting when you hear these quarterbacks complain. Like, I got it. It was probably a shock to him. But if you played good, you wouldn't be on the bench. And you'd be a commodity to get traded if they were ready for Michael Penix Jr., which apparently they're not because you're not good enough. So
nope.
It is what it is. You should just shut your mouth, grind it out, and earn your paycheck. And if someone actually trades for it and offers Atlanta a good enough package, then you go play. But till then, shut your trap. Enjoy your freaking millions and millions of dollars. I love me, Kirk Cousins, doing dick ball, being a backup quarterback, and making a ton of money. Like, that's the best job you can ask for is the NFL backup quarterback. A, you're not expected to do much when you get thrown in the game. And B, you're usually paid kind of handily. It's the best job in sport, I think. Backup quarterback.
Yeah, definitely. So you have to come in for a play, and then you got to hand the ball off.
That's what I'm saying. You come in, you're not expected to do anything. Like, damn, I threw another pick. That's too bad.
Yeah, that's all right. I stink anyway.
Oh, no, that's too bad. As long as you invest your money, correctly, it's not too shabby of a job to get into backup quarterback. But we really don't have any NFL news. We kind of wrapped up the trade last week. Jalen Ramsey going to the Steelers. So we kind of wrapped that up.
Have you let that sink in? Have you thought about the trades? It was pretty much happening while we were on the air last week. Has it resonated? Do you like it more? Do you like it less? What are your thoughts?
I feel the same. I think the team's getting older, and they're kind of very still defensive heavy, and they're paying a boatload of money to the defense. So I don't love it. I still don't know what they're doing offensively for the future. It's kind of how I feel about it. So until Mike Tomlin's gone, I don't think this team's going to really change much. We'll stay. Like I said, I'm a diehard fan. I'll be going week 1 for Steelers Jets, so I'll be excited for that. I mean, it'd be great seeing Rodgers torture the Jets fans. So
I know. Poor Jet fans. I feel real bad for you. It'd
be great watching.
420 yards, 4 touchdowns.
It's gonna be funny watching Rodgers torch up the Jets. So
that'd be great. And then he could stink the rest of the year, especially against the Dolphins.
Kiss my ass. But enough with football. Like I said, there's not a lot to talk about at the moment. I can hear the Kirk and stuff, but outside of that, there's really not a lot of football stuff. The 17 trade from last week with Kevin Durant and Jalen Green flipping places, going from Phoenix to Houston, and Jalen Green from Houston to Phoenix. From Houston to Phoenix. Is complete, and it was a 7-team deal. I'm not naming all 7 teams. I could give a rat's ass about 7 teams. This is kind of like a weird podcast because it's like there's not a lot to talk about. I know the summer league's going fantastic. Who gives a rat's ass? Do you have anything on the summer league? It's like I could really give a rat's ass about.
I really don't give it. I'm still seething about the Nets draft. how they didn't take Queen. Thank God the Islanders had a good draft to make up for it. But no, I don't give a damn about the summer league. I never did. Just like I don't care about this stupid in-season tournament that the NBA has. I wish they would get rid of it, but they won't because they think it's good for the game. It's boring. Nobody cares. Who was the in-season champion? Do you remember? Was it the Celtics or the Bucks?
I don't think it was either. I think it was someone like Garbage.
Oh, Cleveland? Yeah.
I think it might have been Cleveland. I don't know.
Yeah. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I get what he's trying to make the regular season more interesting. What he should do to make the regular season more interesting is lowering the games. Is what they should do.
And lower the playoff teams.
Oh, I would spice it up. Again, what was with the NBA was getting the bond market and the trade deadline. You have none of those two now because you have all these like 20 teams that make the playoffs, and they're going to hold on to their players. So you have no buyout market now, and you have no trade deadline. So the NBA kind of like shot the only thing they had, which was a great trade deadline, where the NFL doesn't have that. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm going with that.
A lot to fix there.
Yeah, like I said, I get what he's trying to do, but like at the same token, add in more teams to the playoffs absolutely hurt the NBA because you'll never have one of those teams. You'll never have it where you'll have an NFL team like kind of go on a run like a wild card team. You'll never see that in the NBA. Like ever. No. You'll never see it.
No.
So NBA will eventually learn they have to lower the playoff teams to spice up their regular season and their trade line and just get the big flashy news. And they just they kind of took that all away. But enough of the NBA. There's enough. I know Karen Warren loves when we talk NBA. So there's really not a lot of other news to speak about. The NHL really hasn't had a lot. I know the Devils locally announced. Oh gosh, Don Greca as the new voice for the play-by-play for TV. So I know my dad was happy about that. So shout out to my father down in the Outer Banks.
Yes, the whole family is down there.
Yes, the whole
you except you. Why is that?
This is what happens when you get married.
Your new lovely bride to the pits and falls of your family, aka your uncle.
There he is. There's my father. He is live from the Outer Banks. How about
that? John? Is he passed out yet?
Yeah, he was passed out last night at the bar. Actually,
that's no surprise.
Shit. So what the hell was it again?
So why didn't you go down?
I just don't have the days off. I mean,
that's right. You got a new job, yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you get married and you go on a honeymoon. You don't really have the days off. Another vacation, sadly. So, wish I was down there. It's a great time hanging at the beach, drinking. Who wouldn't want to do that? So, hope they're enjoying themselves there. And I know my father was definitely delighted with the news of Donald Greca. Now going from Ray Rowe to Pee-wee, as he was a big fan of watching him on the Michael show. So my dad's very excited to watch Donald Greca.
Well, I'm glad he's excited because nobody else.
So not that I don't want to have a short show, but like there's really not a lot to talk about. Baseball's clearly gone, so we're gonna work our way to some baseball here before we wrap up the show.
Subject here on this garbage that we had this past weekend.
Yeah, so I will give the floor to you for your usual Yankees rant of the week. Phil, floor is yours.
Well, let's start with Friday. Marcus Stroman comes back from injury. He was actually pitching decent. I was like, all right, not too bad. Gave you 5 innings. The bullpen's been a quagmire lately. You like that word, don't you, Colton? So why go into the pen into the 6th inning? You're having issues. Oh, let's get right into the pen because Boone can't help himself. He has to, and he's not Boone anymore. He's Baboon. That's a new nickname. I was texting and I said Baboon by accident, and I was like, you know what? This sticks. So now he's Baboon from here on out. So Baboon has to go into the bullpen for gotta go. We got to see Tim Hill because it wouldn't be a Yankee game without seeing Tim Hill doing something stupid out there. So Tim Hill, let's runners on the base, and here comes Weaver. He's got to clean up the mess again. He's going to fail one of these times, and what does he do? Gives up a bomb to who was it? gave up the home run. He let the 2 runs in, gave it up in the 7th inning. Boone relies on this bullpen too much. He's absolutely killed this bullpen. You now have Mark Leiter, who on the shelf today with a stress fracture in his leg, so he's done. So we're going to get, Scott Efros, of course. Why not? Bring another bum back into the pen. I mean, I get to see him 20 times in the next 30 days. It's going to be so much fun. Boone just does not let these starters go. And by the way, speaking of starters, Mr. Clark Schmidt here, done for the year, getting TJ. You deprived this man of a no-hitter. He was hurting back in June and was pitching well in July, but you still had to pull him at 7 innings. God knows why. You took history away from him. God forbid if one day he had this chance to make the Hall of Fame and it was like, oh, I have this no-hitter on my record, but now I can't make it because I don't have this no-hitter because I had to pitch 7 innings and only to get hurt in my next start. I mean, it's unfathomable what Boone does to these players. He doesn't pitch the starters and he kills the bullpen. And then he wonders why the bullpen is just, laying an egg day after day after day. So I got to blame Boone for the loss on Friday. Saturday, I'm not going to kill him as much. No, now we're going to go to Carlos Rodon, who all of a sudden can't seem to pitch in big games. I've noticed this lately.
Whoa. Don't say anything bad about Rodon. That's my dad's guy. Because Dave Gesser, big fan of Carlos Rodon, a.k.a. Bum.
Who?
My father, huge Rodon fan.
Well, he wasn't on Saturday, I'll tell you that much. Because, I mean, John Mayer, you could put John Mayer out there and hit the strike zone better than Rodon did. I mean, that was an absolute disgrace. He was wild. He was pitching scared. He didn't want to, what's his name? Alonso owned him. And Juan Soto, he showed up this week, and I got to give him that. I killed him in the first Subway Series. But he showed up. He set the table. Lindor played well. And Alonso cleaned up. And, they did a really nice job, the Mets, the first game, as much as it pains me to say. Frankie Montas got a win, for God's sakes. That's how bad it is for the Yankees right now. They scored 6 runs, and they still get annihilated. Once again, the bullpen after Rodon couldn't do anything. It's just terrible, absolutely terrible. The Yankees were 2.5 games up last week on Toronto. They lose 4 in Toronto, and then they lose the first 2 with the Mets. Meanwhile, Toronto goes on this 8-game winning streak right now. So all of a sudden, we're 3.5 back. And now we got to play Seattle, which is not going to be easy because Seattle, when they shut out Pittsburgh 3 straight games, not that Pittsburgh's anything to write home about with that offense.
But Pirates swept the Mets, I believe. So,
yeah, Pirates sweep the Mets. I mean, that baseball, it's a funny game, Susan, no matter what you think about it.
That's baseball, Susan.
Yeah, whatever the hell he used to say. For Sunday, Max Fried showed up, thankfully. At least somebody on the mound showed up. Judge hit his 33rd. Anthony Volpe almost ruins the season by hitting Judge in the face with a ball. I mean, it's bad enough you can't field the ball at shortstop and you can't hit the ball in a big spot. He has left 147 runners on base this year. Most in baseball. I mean, that's incredible. Guess what, Boone? It's time to put him in the leadoff position. If he's going to make it now, let him do it when there's nobody on base. Let somebody else clean it up. I mean, I don't get – you can't put anybody else in there because nobody else can play shortstop. I heard Chisholm's going back to second base and they're going to put Peraza at third. It took you long enough, Baboon. How many more times are we going to see DJ out there being a bum, striking out in a big spot? I mean, it's mind-blowing how this man has a job, and he's had it for 8 years. And everyone says, I want to see you do better. Hey, you know what? Get me an interview with Cashman. I will gladly do better. I know I can do better because I am a winner. Just look at my Whiting Bear Club softball team. They win. Why? Because of me. I am a winner. I always have been a winner. I'm a fantasy champion. I'm a softball champion. I'm a cornhole champion, which, by the way, I got to go off target here for a second. September 27th, the last Oktoberfest. We're calling it the Final Fest. So those in the know, we've been doing this for almost 15 years now. I know, Colton, you've been to a couple of these. It is going to be the last one. And Cornhole champion Phil Sitta will be there defending his title. Shut up, Chad. Shut up, Tyler. You both stink. I own you as well.
Whoa, final Oktoberfest. What is that?
Yes, Final Fest. That's what we're calling it. Yeah, that's
Wow,
right. Tyler. You stopped.
Why the final? Why? What?
It's let's just say the wife has not been into it the past. I mean, we have had some crappy weather every time the past couple of years. It's been annoying, in that aspect. We're always rushing around trying to get tents up. But yes, it is going to be the Final Fest. No, you will not, Tyler. You will not walk out a champion. You have never been a champion in your life. You've always been a loser. You always will be a loser, just like your Dallas Cowboys. John Cena, like me, a champion like me. Anyway, it is the Final Fest. So those who have never come, you better come, because there's not going to be another one again after this one this year. I hope you can all make it. Hopefully, the Yankees will be in playoff contention toward the end of September, and we'll have some nice things to say instead of slamming Baboon every 2 seconds. I don't see it happening, though. I'm even going to go on a limb and say that the Yankees are not going to make the playoffs. I don't like the way this season has been unfolded. You're losing too many pitchers to injuries because of this inept manager day after day after day. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand him anymore. Oktoberfest will have some big shoes to fill. You have to see Ty's little Oktoberfest. Him and his 5 friends in his girlfriend's basement. It's cute. It's fun. But it ain't Oktoberfest. The Final Fest, as we like to bill it this year. Anyway, your take on the weekend games, Colton. Shut up, Theo.
I think the dog's telling you to shut up, because I've heard
the dog is sick. Even Cody's sick. He's like, oh, my God, we're talking about Baboon again. They get upset when I talk about Baboon because they know how much the Yankees are dear to my heart. And when I start screaming about Baboon, they get upset. Rightly so.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, goodness. So the Yankees weekend was shitty. Was definitely not good. They've been playing some bad baseball. That's an understatement. Boone, you can talk about Boone forever. And it's also going to come down to the deadline. I believe Gino Suarez from the Mets is on the last year of his deal. One of the best third basemen in baseball at the moment. And don't worry, the Yankees will get cheap and not go get him. They're going to make a bunch of C-plus moves as they covet these prospects. I can imagine. And that's the Yankees offseason. The deadline situation. Are they going to make playoffs? Yes. You're exaggerating, guys.
I don't think so.
You sound like the Tank, and I thought that was like a Mets only thing. Oh no, we're not going to win another game. Oh, we're going to win another game. Shut up, Phil. They're going to make the playoffs, but it's going to be the same fucking dance. Make the playoffs and fucking not do anything with it. But they're going to make the playoffs. You got to stop exaggerating. You sound like a damn Mets fan, like Frank Tank.
Oh,
it's only fitting. It's only fitting. That you are very similar to Frank the Tank, being a dog.
Genius. He isn't. Where's my helmet, damn it?
By the way, shout out Frank the Tank. Under 300 pounds. Shout out Frank the Tank.
How the hell with Frank the Tank? He wishes he could be me. Frank the Tank's a bum. All he does is sit there and whine and cry and moan. It's like listening to Arnie and John scream about nothing on a Saturday night in the garage, all drunk. That's what he is. He'd fit right in there with those clowns.
Shout out Frank the Tank. Anything else you want to wrap up, Phil? Any more breaking news?
Well, we have the Tour de France going on. Who's wearing the yellow jersey?
Oh, God, I'm going to just mute you now. And I'll wrap up the show.
We have Wimbledon. Oh, Mike Brown, head coach, New York Knicks. Thought that was a terrible job getting rid of Thibodeau. Oh, hello, Joe.
What's up, Colton?
JoJo! Come school your old man again about what's it called? The school your old man?
The fraud. We did that last week. I want to hear this garbage again. Even Tyler says hello, Joe.
Ty Granado?
Yes, he's here on the chat.
I'm going on that Froze kayaking trip.
Oh, yeah, the big kayak trip is Friday. Unfortunately, Tyler picks the one Friday I have to work all summer to do this. Thanks, Ty. You suck.
Well, because he's a fraud.
He is. He's a fraud like LaFraud.
Hey,
One last thing. NHL extended their CBA to 2030. Thank God, because the Islanders have a big dynasty coming up. I see 5 years of winning the cup in a row after this draft. It is going to be another renaissance for the Islanders. We will win it all. Wow.
Shout out Sour Granado. Phil, you are a bum, and that's enough of your shit with the Islanders. No one cares. Another great show in the books. Again, folks, the next few weeks are kind of going to be slow. A lot of rants from Phil, especially next week. God,
in 2 weeks.
All-Star break next week. God, we're screwed. I mean, dick all to talk about.
So what?
As the All-Star breaks next week, so I'm going to have baseball really to complain about.
You know, I'm going to throw some All-Star trivia out there for you guys next week. Let's see who's interested. Maybe I'll throw a 12-pack out there to the winner.
I guess I'll take money from you. That's fine. Fine and dandy. I'll take another thing of beer from
my contest like you did with the Super Bowl contest.
Who won the Super Bowl contest?
Raymond did.
That's right.
Although Tyler thought he should have won. Cheating Tyler thought he was going to win, checking out the answers every 2 seconds. What a disaster of a show that was.
Shit show was right. So we appreciate everyone for tuning in.
I had to ask Google going.
Yeah, he did.
Firing off the question. Cheating fraud.
People, don't forget to like us on Facebook, like us on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, follow me on my Snapchat, click the link, watch the show, and tell everyone how great the genius is.
We've had enough of this shit now. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll be back again next week. Appreciate everybody.
Have a good week.